And that's why I want to personally extend my gratitude to Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
Blake Lively thought she was untouchable. For years, she'd been Hollywood's golden girl, effortlessly charming, fiercely talented, and seemingly above the fray of industry scandals. But in one night, at the 2025 Critics' Choice Awards, her carefully crafted image came crashing down. Chelsea Handler, known for her razor-sharp wit and no-holds-barred humor, took the stage and delivered a roast so brutal it left the entire industry reeling. What followed wasn't just a takedown of Lively's reputation, it was a public execution of her career. And the worst part? Hollywood loved every second of it. The moment Handler stepped onto the stage, the atmosphere shifted. This wasn't going to be another self-congratulatory awards show speech. Handler, with her signature deadpan delivery, looked straight into the crowd and said, "I want to personally extend my gratitude to Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively for the distraction." The audience erupted, not in gasps or awkward silence, but in pure, uncontrollable laughter. A-listers like Orlando Bloom, Emma Stone, and Ryan Gosling were doubled over, clapping and wiping tears from their eyes. This wasn't just a joke, it was a collective statement from Hollywood. They were done with Blake Lively's victim act.
This sums up Hollywood in a nutshell. Oh God, please don't show me a laugh. I don't want to get Blake and Ryan mad, but it's funny. Please don't cut to me. Please don't cut to me. Oh God, it's funny though, and I have to laugh at it because this whole thing's ridiculous.
But how did it come to this? How did Blake Lively, once beloved by fans and peers alike, become the punchline of her own downfall? The answer lies in a legal drama that started as a bid for sympathy, but quickly spiraled into a PR nightmare. In December 2024, Lively filed a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, accusing him of sexual harassment and orchestrating a smear campaign against her. She painted herself as a fearless survivor, bravely standing up against injustice. But Baldoni wasn't about to roll over and take the fall. He fired back with a $400 million defamation and civil extortion lawsuit, and he brought receipts. Leaked texts, emails, and behind-the-scenes footage exposed Lively's inconsistencies and straight-up fabrications. Baldoni's legal team revealed that Lively had invited him into her trailer while she was breastfeeding, a far cry from her claims of being harassed. The evidence painted a picture of a woman who twisted the narrative to suit her agenda, and Hollywood wasn't buying it. Handler's roast was the final nail in the coffin. When she sarcastically thanked Lively for the entertainment, it was clear this wasn't about justice. It was a PR stunt gone horribly wrong. And then there's Ryan Reynolds. Hollywood's golden boy found himself dragged into the mess, and it's not looking good for him. Reynolds was named in Baldoni's lawsuit as a key player in Lively's smear campaign. Reports claim that Reynolds secretly tried to hijack Baldoni's film, rewriting scenes and bringing in his own editor to recut the movie. When Baldoni refused to let him take control, Lively conveniently accused him of harassment. It was a pathetic attempt at a power move, and now Reynolds is facing the consequences.
Chelsea Handler just roasted Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni in front of a lot of major celebrities at an award show, and I don't think Blake Lively is gonna like it.
His Deadpool charm might have saved him in the past, but this scandal is on another level. But the real shocker? Taylor Swift's silence. For years, Swift and Lively were inseparable, vacationing together, posting cringy Instagram tributes, and making sure everyone knew they were best friends. But when Lively needed her most, Swift was nowhere to be found. The moment Baldoni started dropping evidence, Swift went radio silent. Her PR team worked overtime to distance her from the disaster, leaking reports that Swift had no idea how bad it would get, and that she just wanted to support her friend, not become part of a legal mess. The message was clear. Even Taylor Swift wasn't willing to risk her reputation for Blake Lively. As the lawsuit heads to trial in March 2026, the stakes couldn't be higher. If Lively loses, she won't just lose a lawsuit.
That we've been through a lot lately, not just here in Los Angeles, but our entire country. Waking up every day, not knowing what news we're going to hear.
She'll lose Hollywood. This case has all the ingredients of a career-ending scandal: shocking accusations, leaked evidence, and a growing wave of public backlash. And with Chelsea Handler's roast, the industry has already delivered its verdict. Blake Lively's career is hanging by a thread, and there might not be a sequel. But this isn't just another Hollywood scandal. It's a story that feels eerily familiar. One that echoes a trial that shook the industry to its core just a few years earlier. The parallels between Blake Lively's legal battle and the infamous Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial are impossible to ignore.
It is important in times like these to have a distraction. And that's why I want to personally extend my gratitude to Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
Both cases started with shocking accusations that initially garnered public sympathy, only to unravel under the weight of evidence. Both involved Hollywood A-listers playing the victim, only to be exposed as manipulators twisting the narrative for their own gain. And both became spectacles that captivated the world.
Probably not going to be a sequel. It ends with us, guys.
Not because of the truth, but because of the drama. But while Amber Heard's career has yet to recover from the fallout, Lively's downfall is unfolding in real time, and it's even more brutal. The comparison to Heard isn't just a coincidence.
Why are we here, Blake? Because again, you gotta remember, Blake filed this suit, not Justin. Blake filed this suit. And if all of Hollywood is really believing her and Ryan, well, then why are they laughing at this? Because this shouldn't be funny. This shouldn't be funny if we are seriously taking Blake's case so serious, which we're not.
It's a deliberate narrative being pushed by Baldoni's legal team and echoed by Hollywood insiders. They've painted Lively as a calculated opportunist, someone who weaponized the #MeToo movement to boost her public image. And the evidence seems to back it up. Leaked texts show Lively referring to Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds as her loyal dragons, a bizarre and cringeworthy attempt to frame herself as some kind of Hollywood queen commanding her allies.
I would challenge back. This is absolutely not good for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. To see the Critics' Choice Award, which is a lot of critics and people coming in, it's press and people who review the films or at least hobnob with the studios. They're there trying to be nice to all the celebrities.
But when the dragons started distancing themselves, Lively was left exposed. Swift, in particular, has been careful to avoid any association with the scandal. Her PR team has been working overtime to scrub her name from the narrative, leaking reports that Swift felt used by Lively and had no idea how far the accusations would go.
Expense of Justin not getting his justice? No, I think this is proving to Blake it's a joke. Your lawsuit was a joke. Why'd you do this? And why is all Hollywood still dealing with all this drama? Blake, move on. This wasn't worth a lawsuit in the first place. That's how I take it.
It's a smart move for Swift, who has built her career on being relatable and likable, and associating with a scandal of this magnitude could have irreparably damaged her brand. But for Lively, it's a devastating blow. If even her best friend won't stand by her, who will? And then there's Ryan Reynolds. Once Hollywood's golden boy, Reynolds is now facing the biggest scandal of his career. Baldoni's lawsuit alleges that Reynolds actively participated in Lively's smear campaign, even going so far as to sabotage Baldoni's film. It's a far cry from the charming, self-deprecating persona Reynolds has cultivated over the years. But as the evidence mounts, it's becoming harder to ignore the allegations. Reynolds' career is on the line, and if he doesn't distance himself from Lively soon, he could go down with her. The irony of it all is that Lively's lawsuit was supposed to be her crowning moment. She envisioned herself as the next strong female icon, bravely standing up against injustice and taking down the big bad man in a dramatic Hollywood courtroom. Instead, she's become a cautionary tale. Her accusations have been exposed as fabrications, and her career is in freefall. And the worst part? Hollywood is loving every second of it. The industry has a long history of turning on its own. One minute, you're the darling of the red carpet. The next, you're the punchline of a joke. And Lively's fall from grace is no exception. The laughter at the Critics' Choice Awards wasn't just about Chelsea Handler's jokes. It was about Lively's career collapsing in real time. The industry was sending a message: we're done with you. But what does this mean for Lively's future? If the lawsuit goes to trial in March 2026, the stakes couldn't be higher. A loss would mean more than just a financial hit. It would mean the end of her career. Hollywood doesn't forgive, and it doesn't forget. And with the evidence stacked against her, a loss seems increasingly likely. The leaked texts and emails have already done irreparable damage. They've exposed Lively as someone who twists the truth to suit her agenda, someone who plays the victim when she doesn't get her way. And in an industry that thrives on authenticity, that's a death sentence. Lively's carefully crafted image as America's sweetheart is gone, replaced by the reality of a high-maintenance diva who will do whatever it takes to get what she wants. And then there's the court of public opinion. Social media has been ruthless, with memes and hashtags mocking Lively's downfall. The once-adored actress is now a laughingstock, her name synonymous with scandal. And while her fans have tried to defend her, the evidence is hard to ignore. The public has turned on her, and there's no coming back from that. But perhaps the most devastating blow is the impact on her personal life. Ryan Reynolds, once her biggest supporter, is now facing his own career crisis. The allegations against him have tarnished his reputation, and if he doesn't distance himself from Lively soon, he could go down with her. It's a heartbreaking turn of events for a couple once seen as Hollywood's golden pair. But in an industry that prioritizes self-preservation above all else, Reynolds may have no choice but to cut ties.
She decided to file a complaint with the California Human Rights Division, but that was really, I believe, and it is alleged by Justin's lawyers now, just to set up so that she could give the New York Times cover to do a huge hit piece.
And what about Taylor Swift? The pop star's silence speaks volumes. Once Lively's closest ally, Swift has distanced herself from the scandal, leaving Lively to face the fallout alone. It's a stark reminder that in Hollywood, loyalty is a luxury few can afford, and for Lively, it's a bitter pill to swallow. As the lawsuit heads to trial, the question on everyone's mind is, what's next for Blake Lively? If she loses, she'll face financial ruin and career destruction. But even if she wins, the damage to her reputation may be irreversible. Hollywood has already made its verdict, and it's not in her favor. Chelsea Handler's roast wasn't just a joke. It was a message that Hollywood is done pretending Lively is some innocent victim. A message that no one is buying her lies anymore. A message that her career, her reputation, and her entire manufactured persona are officially over. And perhaps the most shocking part of it all, Lively brought this on herself. Her lawsuit was supposed to be a power move, a way to cement her status as a fearless survivor. Instead, it's become her undoing. The evidence, the leaked texts, the industry backlash, it's all a direct result of her own actions, and now she's paying the price. But this isn't just about Blake Lively. It's about accountability in Hollywood. For too long, the industry has turned a blind eye to the manipulative tactics of its stars. But with cases like Lively's and Amber Heard's, that's starting to change. The public is demanding transparency, and Hollywood is finally starting to listen. So what does this mean for the future? Will we see more stars held accountable for their actions? Or will Hollywood continue to protect its own? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear, the era of untouchable celebrities is over. As for Blake Lively, her story serves as a cautionary tale. A reminder that no matter how powerful you are, no matter how many allies you have, the truth will always come out. And when it does, there's no hiding from it. Chelsea Handler's roast may have been the final nail in the coffin, but Lively's downfall was a long time coming. Her lawsuit, her accusations, her manipulation, it was all a house of cards waiting to collapse. And now that it has, there's no going back. So as we wait for the trial in March 2026, one thing is certain. Blake Lively's career will never be the same. Whether she's able to rebuild or fade into obscurity remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, Hollywood has spoken, and the message is loud and clear. It ends with us